bottom of warehouse.
Kill confirmed. Enemy reloading. Reloading.
Welcome back. I have not done a weapon guide since the beta, but now we're back with the full game and we are testing everything. This video is going to focus on the M4, which seems to be the most used gun by everyone. The M4 is amazing, so let's talk about it. I'm going to go over 3 different builds for this gun. The first build, which is in my custom loadout one, we're calling the Overwatch build. Therefore, you can provide good Overwatch if you so choose to do that. The M4 is also suppressed in this build, and it's important to know that this build is not based on agility and speed, but more so on precision. Enemy at the courtyard.
Awesome.
Are you fucking fuck
Dude,
This cat
my
decides to
God,
have doorways.
how's he not dead? 2 headshots, should have been in.
Okay, the second build, the Pro build. We're calling it the Pro build because a couple professionals or former professionals have posted this exact build online, and of course you'd be stupid not to try it because they do know what they're talking about. This build is very versatile. It's decent at longer range and good at close range, but it really excels right in the middle, so it's just a versatile build, good for all situations.
Good shit, we're off that one. I just killed 2 in the middle, going for the tags.
One.
Got one over there, dog. Let's go, boys. Behind you, Wolf.
The third build, the run and gun. So everything about this build is about speed, whether it be your movement speed or your ADS speed. So your ADS speed, for those of you who do not know, is the time it takes you to bring your gun up to your eye level to where you're aimed down the sight. So you want to keep that fast. If you're running around like crazy, you have to be quick with everything. So this build is not meant for precision long distance shots. It doesn't have good accuracy. This is all about speed. If you want to run around and just have a good time and be crazy, use this build for the M4.
Haha, you fuck. One's running to the right.
So as you guys saw, the Overwatch class was just like shooting a laser. It is the most steady and far range shooting possible that you can do with the M4. So let's talk about what attachments make this build the way that it is. So starting off, we're going to be in the muzzle category, and we're going to talk about the monolithic suppressor. So it reads as provides superior sound suppression and increased range. So with this build, our focus is being able to shoot far and accurate and have very little recoil, because we want to be able to pick off specs in the distance, which are the players. So anything that increases our damage range, we want on this gun. As you can see, you get a plus to damage range. You also get a plus to sound suppression. It's nice to be suppressed when you're playing a slower class because you don't want the enemy swooping in on your location. You're getting a negative to ADS speed and aim walking steadiness. We don't really care about ADS speed right now with this build because for the most part we're going to be posted up on lanes or moving slower, so we don't need to pick up our gun in close quarters to shoot the target. If we move in close quarters, we're going to be aimed down our sight and take the corners already aimed down our sight, so we don't have to worry about ADS speed. The second category is the barrel category, and we're going to use the stock M16 Grenadier. It reads as greatly increases muzzle velocity and extends range. Once again, there's the range that we want. We're getting a plus to damage range, a plus to bullet velocity, which is the time it takes your bullet to travel to the target, and we're getting a plus to recoil control. So with this attachment, we're getting the range and the recoil control. This is a great attachment, probably the best for this type of build. We're getting a negative once again to ADS speed and a negative to movement speed. Not a big deal. We're not running around like a chicken with their head cut off with this class. Okay, the third attachment is the underbarrel. the Commando foregrip. I use this attachment on all 3 of these builds. I'm going to show you guys, after we talk about it, I'm going to show you guys an example with the Commando foregrip on and with it off, so you can see how it does help the recoil. So it reads as a heavy angled grip that keeps the weapon steady while aiming. It helps maintain control during heavy fire. So you get a plus to recoil stabilization and a plus to aiming stability at the cost of 1 in movement speed, and we don't really care because we don't need to move fast with this class. Here's the Overwatch build with the Commander foregrip equipped. Now with the Commander foregrip off. The 4th category is the optic. I advise putting a sight on this build because you are focused on precision with this build, and having the iron sights just blocks too much. It might work for some people, but I like to have that precise red dot sight so I can really get my aim on target. So the last attachment is the stock, and for this build we're using the Singard Arms Invader. It gives you a plus to aim walking movement speed, which is awesome because our ADS time is so slow that we're just not going to use the ADS time. We're going to aim down our sight, basically pre-aiming, and move around corners already aimed down our sight. This gives you a boost to movement speed, so it's not painfully slow when you're moving around the map. So the attachments for the Pro build are as follows. There'll be nothing in the muzzle category. For the barrel, we're going to use the FFS 11.5 inch Commando. So like I said before, this build is a mix between speed and agility as well as having decent accuracy and recoil control. This barrel is going to give us some speed and agility with giving us a plus to ADS speed and a plus to movement speed. Just like the other builds, we're going to use the Commando foregrip for the underbarrel category. And we're also going to use an optic sight for this class. It's important to be able to be precise for the medium to far range shots when you have to take them. For the stock, we're going to use the Singard Arms Invader just like the Overwatch class. Give us an increase in aim walking movement speed. Now for the rear grip, we're going to use the rubberized grip tape. This is going to give us a plus to recoil control. So we didn't really get any recoil control with the barrel or the muzzle like we did with the Overwatch class. Instead, we're going to get it from the Commander foregrip and the rear grip rubberized grip tape. So this build is just a really good build. I use the Overwatch and the Pro build probably equally. When I'm feeling like playing more fast-paced on smaller maps, I use the Pro build, and if I'm feeling like a little bit slower and taking longer shots, I use the Overwatch class. Hey, the attachments for the run and gun class, all these attachments are basically based on ADS speed and movement speed and sprint to fire speed. It's all about speed and not about accuracy. So for the barrel, we're going to use the FFS 11.5 Commando like we did in the Pro class. This gives you a plus to ADS speed and movement speed. This time we're going to use a laser though. So the TAC laser, if you notice, the Pros, it gives you a plus to ADS speed, which is what we're focusing on almost in every category. A plus to aiming stability and a plus to aim walking steadiness. So this laser only shows when you are ADS, and when you're running gunning, you're not aiming down your sight a lot. You're only aiming down your sight when you see the enemy in front of you. So it doesn't really matter if they see your laser at that point. We're not going to use an optic. We do not want to slow down the ADS speed at all. And for the stock, we're actually going to use an attachment called no stock. So you actually have to use an attachment to take off the stock. This gives you a plus to movement speed and once again another plus to ADS speed. As always, we're going to use the Commando foregrip. Now for the rear grip, we're going to use the stippled grip tape. So this gives you another plus to ADS speed and now gives you a plus to sprint to fire speed. And since this is such a fast class and we're sprinting around, the plus to sprint to fire speed does not hurt us. Okay, before we end the video, I want to show you the difference in ADS time from the Overwatch build to the run and gun build. The Pro build's kind of in the middle of both of these, but check it out. So as you could see, it was very obvious. It was like 3 times faster, the ADS time with the run and gun class versus playing the Overwatch build. So basically, depending on what build you go with, or with any weapon, you have to play according to what your ADS speed is. If you have a fast ADS, you can move fast and take corners fast. If you have a slower ADS and you're more focused on accuracy and precision, you have to play slower. And many of the times, you need to aim before you go around the corner like this. And that's basically it for the M4. One of the best guns in the game, if not the best. I really hope this helped some of you guys out and you guys find the build that suits you best. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. YouTube is oversaturated with so much content these days. It's important to help out the videos and the creators that you actually like. We really appreciate it. Some of these videos take me upwards of 7 to 8 hours to make, and it's nice to get some feedback on that. So thanks so much, guys. Join the Wolf Pack. Let's get this channel going, and I will see you guys soon for another weapon guide.